Now, it is 8 minutes to 7. We're talking about someone who's worked with everyone, from Otis Redding to Bill Withers. And if you don't know Booker T by name, you will almost definitely have heard his music, especially if you're a cricket fan.
As he approaches his 80th birthday, Booker T is playing a special set of concerts at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. Our arts correspondent David Silito has been to meet him.
We're in Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club at a 60s classic. Green Onions by Booker T, a song he wrote when he was 16 as part of his music homework set by his teacher.
He was teaching us relationships between notes. So I was that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we went to the minor. Those first four, that's how I came up with the little rhythm there, studying that relationship between majors and minors.
You're practicing for a music theory test to get into university.
Yeah, trying to get the notes in my ears, in my head, yeah.
And you create a music classic.
By accident, yeah.
And at 16, he was already a veteran of the legendary Stax Records. Booker T and his band, the MGs, were the house band who performed with many of the greatest soul stars of the 60s. Sam and Dave, Eddie Floyd, Wilson Pickett, and Otis Redding.
What you want, when you got it.
And all of this a part-time job while he was studying that had begun when he was 14.
You had a paper round at the same time?
Had a paper out. I was doing well. I was busy.
What was paying better, the paper round or Stax Records?
Stax paid better, unfortunately. $7 a day, and that was rivaling my father's salary as a school teacher.
So at 14, you were making the same salary as your dad?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was doing so much better than the other kids in the neighborhood. Maurice White had a paper out, and
Maurice White of Earth, Wind and Fire?
Yeah,
Yes, his friend at school went on to form Earth, Wind and Fire. Meanwhile, Booker was writing his own songs that would become part of the soundtrack to the 60s. Time is tight. Soul Dressing. And one I asked to be added to his set list.
Every British person knows if they watch the cricket.
Oh, yes, so Limbo.
Yes, that's one of his too. He also helped discover a soul star after getting a call about a factory worker.
Came out to my ranch with big old overalls on and grabbed my acoustic guitar and started singing. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. I said, hold it right there. I'm going to go make a couple of phone calls.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
And so began the career of Bill Withers, produced by Booker. And 50 years on, Booker is still performing, here as part of Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club's 65th birthday celebrations. A career that began at the legendary Stax Studios in Memphis with his friends, the Memphis group, the MGs. At least that's the official story.
The MGs, does that stand for, is that the Memphis group? Is that where the MGs came from?
This is not the right territory or country terrain to ask that question. I'm sorry, David.
What do you mean?
Well, isn't this the home of British Leyland?
Well, it's British cars, yeah, yes,
yeah,
it is.
Didn't they make a little MG in 1962?
They certainly did.
Oh, yeah, I just wondered about it, because there was something I saw looked similar when we were recording Green Onions out the window there that was owned by our engineer, Chips Moman. And, of course, I wouldn't steal a name like that for my band, would I? I wouldn't
it's after the car.
I wouldn't do that.
It's not the Memphis group. It's after the car.
But I'm really above that. I'd never do something like that. Never.
Do you ever get tired of performing?
I perform in my sleep. I perform in my mind when I'm idle to myself. It's just a blessing. I enjoy it.
An impressive man.
What an amazing career. And some of those songs now are going to rattle around in the head, aren't they? Really are. That was David Silito reporting.